Hi, I'm Eva Krebs. I'm a sophomore at Rogers High School.
Hi, I'm Taylor Bridges, and I'm a senior at Rogers High School.
Hi, I'm Chesney Schaefer, and I'm a junior at Rogers High School.
Hi, I'm Gracie Butters, and I'm a sophomore at Rogers High School.
So, tell me about your experience at Rogers. What is it like there? Okay? What kind of environment are you in?
Every single day I feel the pressure.
Back at it again. All right. So, tell me about your day.
Oh, it's been a day. I had 2 classes before this. I had American Alienation, which was my senior thesis class.
I chased my cat around my apartment this morning because he was being bad. And then I have my senior thesis class tonight.
I have volleyball after this and a night class. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Tell me what you're headed into as teachers.
Yeah. Hillyard is a very ambiguous term for the area that we'll be teaching in. There's like Hillyard proper, which is right on the west side of the railroad tracks going north-south that kind of separates like the Beacon Hill area. It's actually originally called Dogtown, separating Dogtown from Hillyard. But that term extends into like the Cooper neighborhood, the Bemis neighborhood where I'm from, up into like Arlington, Morgan Acres, so on and so forth. But it's actually a relatively small area. It was originally called Hillyard because it was a point where the
train came through.
The trains came through. It's very separated by the schools, like the Bemis, the Logan,
Nevada,
Cooper,
Lidgerwood.
Yep, Nevada, Lidgerwood. So I was in Bemis, which is the closest to the actual like Hillyard proper. Very low income. There's a lot of like separated families, like 1 parent per household, but a lot of kids, a lot of extended family living in the homes. There's a lot of homelessness, housing insecurity, food insecurity. It sounds worse than it like looks when you walk into it.
How the city perceives it isn't always up to date, and it's
Correct.
very stuck in like the early 2000s.
Yeah, 90s, 2000s is definitely the like mindset of others on Hillyard for sure.
What have you been told personally?
That we're not gonna go anywhere. We're gonna be stuck there. We've worked in the Northeast community, obviously growing up, like we needed a job when we turned 16. And I just remember like working at American Eagle and people being like, oh, like where do you go to school? And I go to Rogers. Oh. And like that was it was like, I'm sorry. Why are you sorry?
And I remember I was working at a grocery store in the community, and like I told this guy that had just moved here, he was working at Albertsons with me. He's like, oh, I go to Rogers. He was like, oh, that sucks. I'm like, bro, you just moved here from the west side. Like, how do you already have that?
Yeah. It's a top mentality. I've had professionals call Hillyard a trailer park, and we're like, I had mentioned I went to Rogers, and they're like, oh, you're from the trailer park in Hillyard. And I was like, we don't have a trailer park in Hillyard. Like, but that's the mentality. Yeah, what an interesting thing to say. Like, so it's so ingrained, and it's ingrained by people who have never stepped foot in it. If you ask people who live in Hillyard, that's not the mentality. It's always those who don't live there, which is interesting.
You say professionals.
Professors.
When did you first become aware of this perception of where you live?
When my parents didn't want me to go to Gary or Arlington, Gary, and Rogers because they were bad schools.
Yeah.
And they talked about how they should have thought about the school district before they bought their house.
My absolute best friend of all time, who I still live with, her older sisters both went to Rogers, and when we went to middle school, they pulled her out of Shaw and put her into the ISD program at NC. She had a great experience. Like it was a good fit for her, but they were nervous about her experiences going to Shaw and Rogers and like what that would do to her, basically. And then when my parents were like, we want you to have a better shot, and tried to get me to go to G-Prep, I was like, wow, this is an issue. Like, this is a real perceived problem of the neighborhood. It wasn't the neighborhood that they hated, it was the school. I missed team dinner today. Apparently we had some kids late, so we had to have some interesting conversation with them. So we're gonna see how tonight goes. We're off to an interesting start. But we're started. We're here.
We have children, we have a setter.
We have a setter. Is Bella not here yet?
Bella won't be here. Yeah.
What happened?
There's second traffic.
Sweet, awesome. Down a setter. Let's go.
That's fine. We have one, that's all we need.
Yep.
So tell me about your experience at Rogers. What is it like there? Okay? What kind of environment are you in?
I feel like it's like a big like family, honestly. Like everywhere, like in the building, it's like a community and everybody's kind of like welcoming.
I feel like school's different for everybody. Like, I like going to school for the people, but not for the work, which, I don't know. I think I just like hanging out and like, I enjoy like being around like a ton of people and meeting new people, just not all the work I get. So, it's fun.
It's like a big support system. Like you could probably walk anywhere in Rogers and you'll have somebody who's there and who's willing to help you. And it really is just like a big family.
I feel like it's easy to connect with everybody at Rogers because we all kind of came from the same place and we're all kind of there for the same reasons. And also just having sports there and like everybody just is connected in that way.
Hi, my lovelies. How we doing?
Your mommy has cookies. Can you bring those down?
Where's she at?
Who's that other recorder?
You went here. Thank you.
Abby, where's them cookies?
Actually, you just can't have
Wait,
one.
no, I want one. Give me one. Wow. Oh, that's so much. Thank you.
I don't believe that. Which one? I had 3 today. I taught my first lesson. Hooray. It went great. I taught it to my 7th graders.
What have others told you about where you go to school?
Everybody says it's a bad place. There's bad people there.
Yeah.
But I feel like you don't really know how it is until you actually go to school there.
Mm-hmm.
And these
Yeah.
people are just like outsiders just talking bad about it for no reason.
It's like they made like a rep for our school, just to like go with it and just say it. And like, one thing happened, now the sports suck, now the people suck, the academics suck. Like, that's just, but they don't. It's the same as everybody else. We just have a different reputation.
Yeah.
Love it. To the room. Perhaps. Okay, to the room. To the room. Let's go. How's my day been? I taught this morning, then I presented, then I had Pilates, then I worked, then I went home.
A reputation has been built and it's just not a very good one, even though you do have to be on the inside to understand like how supportive and how big of a community we built. And yeah.
It's just a stereotype that everyone just kind of went with.
Okay, start to quiet down. Calm energy, please and thank you. Yes, to record. Come on, get in and sit. Take a seat, hey.
We also have a bad rep for like sports too. because like we don't have enough money, like we can't provide that, but we still have the same experience that any other kid would.
We have faced more adversity this season than I think a team has faced in a while. We've lost players, we've had sickness, we've had issues between players, we've had all the things that you can possibly think of, and yet everybody still shows up every single day, and that's a testament to your guys' faith that you're starting to build for yourselves and your team. And every single game we face a new day to execute that faith. And today is the game that you guys are able to compete and wholeheartedly take the game, okay? We talked about recently where like just barely getting there is enough, right? We're not playing to not lose anymore. That's been the mentality of Rogers Athletics for I don't know how long, and we can't play like that anymore. Because then it's just, I'm satisfied as long as I don't not put any points on the board, right? We're not playing for that anymore. We're playing to win. And that takes every single one of you collectively leaning on each other and believing in the things that you bring to the court, believing in the things that we bring to you as coaches, believing in the things that your teammates bring to the court as well. And every single ball, not just the game as a whole, every single ball, coming together, being like, I didn't get that ball over, but good set, Ray, okay? You have to celebrate the small successes to get to the big ones. And that's where we struggle. We get really, really, really stuck in our heads about the things that we're doing wrong, and we really forget the big picture, that there's so many things we're doing well. Celebrate the successes tonight, so that in the end, we come out on a high note and we win this game. That's what it's gonna take. From all of us, not just you guys on the court, not just the ones on the bench, it's gonna take every single person. I'll be screaming my head off, Caitlin's gonna be screaming, we're gonna be giving you things to fix, okay? I will do my best not to bust the mic. My 6th grade teacher wanted me to go to the IST program too. Like he didn't want me to go to Shaw because he wanted the best for me, but what that turns to is pulling kids who have the potential to like help change the perception of the neighborhood out of the neighborhood. So I said no, and I went to Rogers.
A lot of people I went to elementary school with moved to the Meade School District for middle school because they didn't want to go to Gary. Gary's a bad school.
Yeah.
My best friend, well, my old best friend, she went to Rogers and then she transferred to Meade. And cause she like said that she didn't fit in at Rogers, and I was like, oh, what do you mean? Because like I went to Rogers, but like her house was nice. Like she had fresh clothes, like nails done every month. And she's like, I just feel different about Rogers. Like it's just not good for me. Everybody here's, bad in a sense. And I was like, so she transferred, and I don't know. I haven't talked to her since. She just left everybody at Rogers behind. Yeah, she said she does. I feel like Rogers, like anyone can go, but at Meade, like you have to like fit in to go there.
Yeah.
You have to be like a certain
status.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
I believe that we will win. 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 I believe. Okay, Pirates on 3. 1, 2, 3, Pirates. Go, go. Oh, my backpack's in there. No. I said it. Caitlin, grab my backpack.
Please stand and move your hands to join me in listening to the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's
Tell me about your hopes.
Like right now, I live with my mom and she's a single mother with 3 kids, and our house isn't very big. And I just, like, when I'm older, I just want like a big house and to have kids and that could like have a house that's big in their own rooms and stuff.
I mean, my hopes are just to go to college and get a good job and just have enough money to like have a nice house and a big house, and my kids can like live a good life and they don't have to worry about like money or nothing like that. And I think I just want to keep the mindset where I can do anything I want. Like I can do anything. I don't have the I can't do this mindset.
Because then you won't.
Yeah. I need motivation to keep having that mindset of I
can do anything I want or anything I dream of. I think I want a family and I want financial stability. I think being able to like provide your kids and like they don't have to worry where their next meal is going to come from. They always have a roof over their head. You can buy them the clothes that they need. I think just being happy and being stable is something really important, and that I don't want my kids to ever have to worry about money. Like I don't want them to worry about bills being paid or where their next meal is going to come from.
I had a hard time getting ready to film today. I had a really hard time. Like, I am loyal to Rogers. Day, night, win, loss, highs, lows, doesn't matter. And last night, full transparency, my girls lost 0 to 25 in the first set. Didn't put a point on, the #1 team in the league. I've never seen a game like that. And I fully had no words. I was like, I have nothing. And I looked at my head coach, who's not from Spokane, and I said, this is so deeply ingrained in them that they don't even know it's there. I said, this mentality that they have, they don't even know that they're going into the game thinking that they're losing, but they are. And I woke up this morning and I was like, for what? Like, for what? But they turned to me because I've lived that. And these kids know loss. They know loss bad. This isn't new.
It's funny to think that all these people are telling us what we
Have to experience.
Yeah, like they've never experienced it, so why should they know?
Yeah.
They don't. So.
Like they hear one bad thing and then that's just like Rogers' reputation.
Yeah.
But if you hear that thing about another school, it's like
They can deny it.
yeah, like it's whatever.
We're being told that we're not going to achieve all these goals, so we don't even try them. Like, we're setting ourselves a low standard. That's why usually a lot of people don't really achieve their goals, because they don't know how to make them. Because we're just constantly being told that, oh, like, you're not, like, we'll graduate, and then from there, they don't know what to do. Like, they'll set us up, but we're still being told, like, our school sucks, we're not going to succeed. So we're taking that information in, and we're rolling with it. Because we think that everybody else's opinions matter. When if we made an opinion, they don't have to take them. It's just hard when you go to school every day knowing that your school sucks and you're not gonna achieve because we go to Rogers.
That idea has been instilled in too many of us, and people don't know how to get over it, and they carry with that with them through life.
They settle into the ideas that the community, not the community, but the outside community has placed on them. And they think, I am nothing. I can't compete. I don't have access. And so now I have to show up to Rogers in an hour and find a way to make them want to compete again tomorrow.